Alright, now we're going to start the engine disassembly. I'm going to start by undressing the heads, valve covers, the brackets for the FICM. I'm going to take them engine lift points off and the one on here, the driver head. Then you need rocker arms, valve bridges, injectors. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing those down, then we'll go. Alright, now we got the valve covers off. Took the FICM brackets off and then put the 10mm nuts that were holding the FICM brackets on the studs to their respective studs. Now we're going to go ahead and pull these oil rails. I already pulled the standpipe and the dummy plug out of the passenger side. Then we're going to go ahead and do the driver's side and then pull the oil rail off. Alright, well here's the cause of the original hot no start that made me spray ether into it. See this O-ring, how it's ripped, or how there's a chunk missing? That caused it to leak down high pressure oil when the oil was warm. Because I could cold start it just fine, but then once you ran it for a while, got it hot, say you stopped, go through a drive-through or just to run in the store, come back out and the oil's still hot, come to start up, it's so thin, it cannot build pressure past that O-ring. And another thing to note is, these are updated dummy plugs and standpipes because it's a 12mm Allen head instead of a 10mm. If it still had the factory standpipes and dummy plugs in it, it'd be a 10mm Allen head. So something to keep in mind. That's the main reason for an 05 to 07 6-liter to not start when it's hot. Alright, we got all the injectors out of here and the oil rail. Next thing we're going to do is pull these, pull the glow plug harness and the glow plugs. I'm going to try and do that without the tool because I don't have one and they didn't have one at AutoZone. So we're going to get those out and then we're going to pull the rocker arms or loosen them, then pop the rocker cover or the rocker box off, then we'll move on to the cylinder head. Alright, this is where we're at. I got the heads off. The driver's side head, I did have to take the exhaust manifold off because I couldn't pull the oil dipstick tube out, and the dipstick tube runs through the two of the ports on the manifold, so I just pulled it off. It wasn't too bad. 10mm bolts, and then I was able to pull the dipstick tube out. But it didn't really look like the gaskets were blown, it didn't look like any of the pistons are cracked, so chances are it was just the head gaskets were blown because it was blown in between two cylinders on one of them. So next video will be us tearing down the short block, then we'll get to rebuilding it.